Your best friend Jason here, 2025 Sundance movies. The rest of the movies that aren't a documentary or a US jury competition. Only the other movies that I watched at Sundance: By Design, DJ Ahmet, East of Wall, Mad Bills to Pay, or Destiny, Dile Que No So Malo, OBEX, Serious People, The Things We Kill, Two Women, The Virgin of Quarry Lake, Where the Wind Comes From, By Design. These are in alphabetical order. So here's IMDb's synopsis: twist on the body swap genre. Here's mine: a weird, nonsensical movie about a woman who body swaps with a chair. I guess they're kind of similar. Went to Crazy Town fast. This movie was not grounded. Improv will teach you Crazy Town is when there's nothing that grounds us to a reality. That's how I felt about this movie. It was absurd, confusing, rarely funny. I could tell it was trying to be funny. I think maybe I didn't get the humor. Maybe I'm not the funny one. More like an art installation. Yeah, to me it was unwatchable. It felt weird for weird's sake, and I love weird stuff. I just didn't like it. But as a filmmaker, maybe it wasn't my thing. I still respect any art a filmmaker makes, and this person apparently has a lot of movies. I've never seen any of them. Will I watch one? I don't know. Maybe I don't get her humor. DJ Ahmet, a 15-year-old Uruk boy from a remote North Macedonian village, escapes into music amidst parental expectations, societal conservatism, and foreign love for a promised girl. Looked beautiful. Maybe want to visit the Uruk village in North Macedonia. Cute little love story. Kind of like Footloose in a small Muslim town if only one girl was rebellion. Enjoyed the younger brother's side story. I think the language barrier got in the way a bit for me at least. Wish I understood the cultures and the traditions more, because I think I missed some things and I didn't fully understand why things were bad, I guess. And I think the movie kind of played it safe and could have had a few more emotional moments to leave a lasting impact. I liked it okay. I'm not mad I watched it. East of Wall. After the death of her husband, Tabitha, a young tattoo rebellious horse trainer, wrestles with financial insecurity and unresolved grief while providing refuge for a group of wayward teenagers on her broken down ranch in the Badlands. Tabitha Zingma and her daughter, Portia Zingma, Scoot McNairy, Jennifer Eel, did I say it? Eel or L? I don't know how to say it. Beautifully shot. The horse girls in this movie were awesome. They were like breakdancing on the horses, and they were also selling horses on TikTok. Most of the people in the movie were not actors. They played themselves, and they played, I guess, kind of their real life. They did a great job too. It had some memorable moments for me. The woman sitting around talking about their life struggles, the horse whispering set it free scene. It did feel a little incomplete. I think a few more scenes could have really made it great. I enjoyed it enough. I really liked the Q&A. The actors played themselves. The girls really can do these horse tricks, and the story is based around them. To me, the movie got set up to be something pretty grand, but at the end of the day, it was more of just a slice of life movie. And I kind of also wanted to know more about the mother-daughter relationship. But overall, I liked it. Mad Bills to Pay, or Destiny, Dile Que No So Malo. Rico's summer involves pursuing girls and selling homemade cocktails at Orchid Beach. His girlfriend Destiny stays with his family, leading to complications that disrupt his carefree lifestyle. So each scene was a wide master shot only. There was no real cuts or close-ups, and there's like dialogue in the middle. I feel like I know this guy from Florida, the archetype of this man, and it's annoying. I felt bad for all the women in his life, the way he treats them or talks to them. I remember the anti-vaccine the most. He just talks about how he doesn't want his child vaccinated, and it was pretty jarring. There's also the touch my car scene, which I'm not gonna get into. This character was so unlikable to me. He was hard to watch. He's, in my opinion, a loser. I feel like I knew so many of these versions of this man growing up in Melbourne and Orlando, Florida. He gets his underage girlfriend to move in with him when she's pregnant, even though she doesn't even want to, and neither does his family. He's a hypocrite with his sister, doling out bad advice. He's delusional on his goals. He's anti-vax. He shouldn't be a father, but he's not a bad or malicious guy. I didn't hate this movie, but it was very hard to watch and make so many dumb decisions. It was hard to watch the effect it was having on his loved ones around him. I just didn't like how many times he convinces his 16-year-old girlfriend to do things that were just dumb. At the end, I found that the dialogue was somewhat improvised, which made a lot of sense. Some scenes kind of just felt like they were dragging a little bit. OBEX. Connor Marsh's secluded life disrupted when he plays OBEX game. His dog Sandy disappears, blurring reality and game. Connor enters OBEX world to rescue Sandy, navigating its strange realms. This is a simple story of a man getting transported into a game. That's my synopsis. Reminded me of my web series Keem and Jason Present. It was black and white, a man and his dog, weird and probably inspired by David Lynch. I felt like the first half of the movie was a little unnecessary to where it ends up. I think they could have had 10 minutes of the real world and the rest inside the game. I liked the second half a bit more. It felt like a Sundance midnight movie. It sometimes felt like everything wasn't fully connected as it could have been. Like if I was doing this, there's so many ideas I had. I was like, oh man, I I would have done this or done that. I had a hard time not judging it what I would have done with this movie's premise. It's one of those type of movies where I'm like, oh man, I wish I thought of this. Serious People. A music video director balancing work and impending fatherhood employs a lookalike to take on his professional duties while he attends to personal responsibilities, pushing the boundaries of work-life separation. This is my synopsis. A music video director gets a job directing a music video for Drake, so he hires his doppelganger to take care of it for him. I'll just be honest, I didn't like the first 10 minutes of this movie. It was like shot like a documentary, hiring someone who looks like him. Characters seemed a little narcissistic, felt very self-absorbed. However, I started to like it. And it was funny. Shot similarly to Mad Bills to Pay, where there's just like one camera and maybe another shot in between. Kind of a mumblecore movie, and you feel like a fly in the wall in a lot of the scenes. His doppelganger was funny, confident, confrontational, didn't have good ideas. A klepto. The movie felt original, made use of what it had, built to something fun, had cute, funny, intimate scenes with him and his wife, a really pregnant wife. She was pregnant in real life. Learned they made it because his wife was really pregnant. Also learned it was supposed to originally be a documentary, and that's why the beginning looked the way it did. First 10 minutes was probably where they thought the movie was gonna be a documentary. And overall, I really like this movie and I want to see it again. The Things You Kill. Haunted by the suspicious death of his alien mother, a university professor courses his enigmatic gardener to execute a cold-blooded act of vengeance. This was a slow burn thriller. Everything is not what it seems in the movie. A vengeance the audience wants. There's definitely a hateable villain. Dialogue kept me hanging on every word for some reason. Some twists. It had a bit of Lynch and Fincher vibes. At the Q&A, the director seemed a little aggressive and maybe combative. He acknowledges his movie is not easy to digest at times, and he mentions a second watch has tons of little things you might have missed the first time. Overall, I really liked it. This was maybe one of my favorites. I want to see it again. Two women, two struggling mothers grapple with unfulfilled expectations and societal pressures as they navigate their roles as wives and professionals. One woman's unexpected affair sparks a re-evaluation of their lives and priority. And this is a remake of Deux Femmes et Eau. Is that how you say it? I don't know. I don't speak French. About two women in unfulfilled, sexless relationships who do something about it. That's my synopsis. It was pretty funny. It was sexy, sometimes irresponsible, sometimes sweet. A bunch of fantasies acted out in front of me. I will say it did feel a little dated. It made me never want to get married. And my favorite scene had a guy realizing that the woman he's fucking likes him because she thinks he's ugly, and that dynamic turns her on. Please don't ever fuck me if you think I'm ugly. That would crush my confidence. The Virgin of Quarry Lake follows a jealous girl who enlists the help of magic to interfere with the relationship involving the apple of her eye. This is based on stories by Mariana Enriquez, who I do not know who it is, but she got a movie made about her short stories. It must be pretty good. This was set in the 2000s. It's kind of like a mashup between The Craft and the movie Kids. Just tonally. I'm comfortable watching young girls do the bad things they do. It just definitely made my skin crawl. But I mean, that's what I also liked about it. But there were some very uncomfortable scenes. Some curses with witchcraft, undertones of wealth inequality. This could have been a little bit darker or scarier. But I will say overall, I enjoyed it and I'm glad I watched it. Where the Wind Comes From. This follows rebellious 19-year-old Alyssa and shy 23-year-old Mendy, who dream of escaping their reality. Upon discovering a contest offering a change to flee, they embark on a road trip to southern Tunisia, overcoming obstacles along the way. This is a road trip movie. It doesn't reinvent the wheel. It was cute and it had like a few heavy moments, but not that heavy. Some of the humor wasn't new. Some of the stuff didn't land because I didn't understand the culture, and some of it felt kind of basic. Like, okay, low-hanging fruit joke. I liked it enough because I feel like it meant well and a filmmaker made it. And it's also beautiful to watch because I don't know that as much about that part of the world. Some of the things just didn't hit as well as they could have had I known, but I liked it enough. The good memorable movies to me were East of Wall, Serious People, The Things We Kill, Two Women, The Virgin of Quarry Lake. I'm so glad you joined me on this journey. And with that, folks, it's over. Goodbye. Talk soon. Thanks for blowing up my emails.